Hello dear traders, welcome to ИнстаФорекс TV channel. You are watching the weekly link up with me, Tahmina Salomova. In this edition, we are going to discuss recent developments in the Forex market and forecast further dynamics of popular trading instruments. Technical analyst Petr Yakimovic will give us his expert advice. Politics has been setting the tone for financial markets this trading week. Investors are now focusing much of their attention on the furious presidential race in the US. The fact that the obvious contender for the US presidency is now under investigation makes investors seek protection in safe haven assets. The euro versus American dollar pair is finishing this week with gains. Hi Petr, do you think the euro will be able to keep momentum next week?
Hello dear traders. I'm expecting lower price on the euro versus US dollar. I found a descending triangle according to a 4-hour time frame in the daily time frame, and we can see the retest of this triangle, and the price have problems to go above this stronger, very strong cluster near the 1.1120. So be very careful when buying in this stage, since this is a very strong cluster. The previous swing lows according to a 4-hour time frame, big cluster there. Also, the Fibonacci retracement from the highest high point, 38.2% is there. So we may expect the potential reselling from the smart money. So watch for selling opportunities. The target level is set around 1.0, let's say 850. This area is also the swing low area, the most recent swing low area according to that daily time frame. So again, due to descending triangle in the background, the stronger Fibonacci ratio there, my advice is to watch for potential selling opportunities. Also, I found the upward trend line, which can be a trigger line. You can watch for potential breakout of this upward trend line. I mark on the chart for to establish selling positions. So again, watch for selling opportunities on the USD.
The pound sterling took advantage of the situation. Long positions on the pound were triggered by the verdict of the UK High Court, which ruled that the UK's government can trigger the process of leaving the European Union without the Parliament's approval. Does it make sense to expect a bullish trend to continue?
British pound versus the US dollar. This currency pair is in the critical level, in the decision price level, and this level is a 1.2480. So this level is a very critical. That is a very strong swing high in the background. So and if the price rejects, the trend is the bearish trend, is downward according to the short-term perspective. But anyway, this will be the critical, this area 1.2480. If the price, if we see supply from that point, and the price and the daily bar refuses to close above this level, this may indicate further potential reselling by smart money and the short-term investors. And so in that scenario, watch for selling opportunities if you see the rejection from 1.2480. Also, the target, if the price reject, is a 1.2130. So if you see the rejection of this strong resistance, watch for a target near the 1.2130. Anyway, if you see the breakout and clear closing above this 1.2480, and you see the successful retest later on, watch for buying opportunities with a potential target of 1.2750. So again, British pound USD is on the critical let's say pivotal point 1.2480. Breakout of this successful breakout and successful late test of this price later on will confirm upward price. Rejection from the other side will confirm further lower price. Again, pay attention on this level for further positioning.
What about one of the most popular safe haven currencies, the Japanese yen? What trades are more preferable for the dollar-yen pair?
I'm expecting a higher price on the US Japanese yen. It's really interesting that I found basically the very strong support. This is a cluster according to a daily time frame, a lot of swing highs near the area 102.70, and the price basically I saw the price refusing to go lower and closing above the middle of the bar according to a daily time frame. This is a sign for me that basically they really the buyers want to protect this strong cluster, and that they want to see the Japanese yen higher. Interesting thing here about this currency pair is that we got a cross in the moving average. So simple moving average cross, the 50 simple moving average just right now crossing the going above this 100 simple moving average. So this is a very potential strong opportunity for the short-term traders. We have the MA cross from 50 and 100. We have from the other side strong support level. So very, very interesting for the buying side, right? The first take profit level is at 105.45, where I found basically the swing high according to a daily time frame. So watch for buying opportunities on this currency pair.
The mixed dynamic of crude has been bearish to commodity currencies. The Canadian dollar has been affected by falling oil prices. How high will the USDCAD pair be able to rise?
I'm expecting an upward price on the USD Canadian dollar. The reason why I'm expecting this is we are in the very solid short mid-term upward trend. I opened my 4-hour time frame chart, and I found a very strong cluster. So the previous swing highs, the price successfully did successful breakout of this previous swing highs, and then when we saw the testing of this area, the demand reacted very strongly and really protected very well the area of 1.3300. This area is also the round number, so it's not surprised why they decide to protect this one very strongly. Again, the positions of moving averages confirms that we may expect higher price. The price is trading and respecting the 50 simple moving average according to a 4-hour time frame, and also a 100 simple moving average, and pretty bullish currency pair. Also, the oil is going lower from the other side, and that is not good for the Canadian dollar. So generally, watch for buying opportunities. Very strong short mid-term momentum on this currency pair. The first take profit level, I set up some Fibonacci ratios here to find potential upward targets, and I found a Fibonacci expansion 61.8% near the price of 1.3515, and Fibonacci expansion 100% at the price of 1.3665. Again, watch for buying opportunities on the dips. Strong upward pressure on this currency pair, strong trend in the place, and buying opportunities are preferable.
Thank you, Peter, for your valuable trading recommendations. See you next Friday. You watched the weekly Linkup on InstaForex's TV channel, presented by InstaForex experts from Serbia, Petar Vikimovic, and me, Tahmina Salomova. We wish you gainful trading.